On the day of her wedding, Nia Adeyemi felt something was terribly wrong. The man she had just married, quiet, broke, almost invisible, was being bowed to by men who looked like they owned entire countries. And just before she could ask why, someone whispered behind her, You just married the most powerful man in Korea." Nia Adeyemi had been overlooked her entire life. Too strong for men. Too independent for tradition. Too ambitious for comfort. At 29, living in Lagos, her family gave her a final warning. Marry this month, or don't come back. The man they chose. Minute J. A quiet Korean immigrant who worked at a small phone repair shop. No car. No big dreams, at least, none he ever shared. No family name anyone recognized. During their first meeting, he barely spoke. Just one sentence. "I don't have much, but I don't pretend." For reasons she couldn't explain. That was enough for her to say yes. Their marriage felt unusual from the start. Minute J was calm, too calm. He never argued. Never raised his voice. Never explained himself. But there were moments that didn't make sense. Late at night, he would take calls in fluent Korean, his tone shifting into something sharper, more commanding. Sometimes, messages would appear on his phone, and disappear just as quickly. He followed global news like it personally affected him. One afternoon, Nia teased him. "You act like a hidden billionaire." He looked at her for a second longer than usual. "If I was, would you leave?" She laughed. "Of course not. I'd fix your wardrobe first." He didn't laugh. One evening, everything changed. Minute J said he was working late. But something about his tone felt different. So Nia followed him. She watched from a distance as a black convoy pulled up beside him. Luxury cars. Armed escorts. Her heart started racing. She quickly got into a taxi and told the driver to follow them. They stopped at one of the most expensive hotels in the city. Nia stepped out slowly, her chest tightening. Minute J came out of the car. And instantly, men in expensive suits bowed to him. Not handshakes. Not greetings. They bowed. Deeply. Respectfully. Like he was someone they feared. Nia's breath caught in her throat. Who did I marry? That night, she didn't wait. As soon as he walked through the door, she faced him. Stop lying to me. Minute J froze for a moment. Then he sighed, not nervously, but like someone who had been carrying a weight for too long. My name is not just Minute J. Nia crossed her arms, her heart pounding. Then who are you? He met her eyes. I am the owner of the Hanyul Group. The words felt unreal. $1 trillion empire. Technology. Finance. Political influence. The kind of power that didn't just run companies. It shaped nations. Nia stepped back slowly. You're joking. I wish I was. Why me? She asked, her voice shaking slightly. You could have anyone. Models. Celebrities. Women who understand your world. Why choose me? He walked toward her, his expression softer than she had ever seen. Because you didn't choose me for what I had. She frowned. What does that mean? Every woman I met before you wanted the empire. But you. He paused. You were ready to marry a man with nothing. Her chest tightened. You saw me before the world did. Silence filled the room. For the first time, Nia didn't feel confused. She felt overwhelmed. Not because of who he was, but because of what her life had suddenly become. The next morning, everything exploded. Her phone buzzed non-stop. Messages, calls, notifications, news headlines everywhere. Mystery woman marries Korean empire owner. Who is Nia Adeyemi? The unknown wife of Asia's most powerful man. Outside, cameras flashed endlessly. Security surrounded the building. Her old life was gone overnight. She turned to him slowly. You lied to me. He nodded. Yes. You planned this. You hid everything. Yes. There was no excuse in his voice. No defense. Just truth. She swallowed hard. Do you love me, or was I just another decision? For the first time, the man who controlled billions hesitated. Then he spoke quietly. I built everything in my life without fear. He looked at her like she was the only thing that could undo him. But loving you, that's the only thing that scares me. Nia held his gaze. Not as a poor man. Not as a billionaire. But as a man who had risked everything, just to be seen for who he really was. She married a man she thought was nothing. But what she truly married was power, secrets, and a love that the world would never leave in peace.